Have you ever felt like a specific person keeps crossing your mind, not because of your own desires, but because the universe is trying to tell you something? What if I told you that the person Allah has chosen for your journey is someone you've likely overlooked, and their name is about to shift your entire perspective on destiny? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving deep into the spiritual mechanics of divine unions. Throughout this video, you are going to learn exactly how to identify the signs of a soul contract connection, why your past heartbreaks were actually protective barriers, and the specific reasons why the chosen ones are being called to unite now more than ever. Prepare yourself, because by the end of this session, the clarity you receive will change the way you look at every relationship in your life. Stay tuned, because the revelation of this name is going to shock you. For those who feel a deeper resonance with these truths, I invite you to join our inner circle where the journey transcends the surface. This space is intentionally reserved for the souls ready to explore the profound mysteries and advanced revelations that remain hidden from the collective. By becoming a member, you gain early access to our most sacred insights and exclusive content designed to accelerate your spiritual evolution. It is not a path for everyone, but if your heart tells you that you are ready for the deeper work, we are waiting for you inside. Your seat at the table of the awakened is ready. Your period of isolation was never a punishment or a sign of being forgotten. It was a sacred sanctuary designed for your spiritual reconstruction. In the silence, Allah was peeling away the layers of worldly ego and external noise that would have otherwise clouded your judgment. This phase of being hidden allowed you to develop a frequency that is no longer compatible with low vibrational connections, ensuring that you are firm in your own identity before another soul enters your space. You are being tempered like steel in a furnace, gaining the emotional resilience and spiritual maturity required to sustain a connection of high destiny. This preparation ensures that when the union occurs, you are coming from a place of wholeness rather than a place of desperate need. The deep solitude you experienced served as a profound cleansing of your ancestral and karmic patterns. During this time, you were subconsciously unlearning the toxic blueprints of love you witnessed in the world around you. Allah kept you apart from the crowd to prevent you from settling for a counterfeit connection that would have distracted you from your true mission. It was a time of intensive internal alignment where your heart was being calibrated to recognize truth over convenience. Now that the healing is reaching its completion, your spirit is finally prepared to carry the weight and the light of a divinely ordained partner. The meeting of two chosen souls is a matter of precise mathematical and spiritual timing, governed by the Creator's hand. This alignment only activates when both individuals have reached a specific level of self-awareness and devotion. You may have noticed your interests, your energy, and even your daily routines shifting recently. This is Allah synchronizing your path with another. It is as if an invisible thread is being pulled tighter, closing the distance between two people who were once worlds apart but are now vibrating on the exact same frequency. This synchronization is what makes the eventual meeting feel like an inevitable click of destiny. This divine syncing often manifests as a series of strange coincidences or God winks that guide you toward a specific energetic space. You start seeing the world through a new lens, and your intuition begins to signal that a massive shift is approaching. Allah orchestrates these moments so that when you finally look into this person's eyes, there is an immediate recognition of the soul rather than a logical evaluation of the persona. It is a magnetic pull that defies human logic, powered by the fact that your spiritual codes have been updated to match theirs. You are being moved like pieces on a celestial chessboard, positioned for a checkmate of love and purpose. The person Allah has chosen for you often comes in a package that defies your physical expectations or the logical checklist you've spent years building. You might have been looking for a specific archetype, but the divine knows that what your soul requires is vastly different from what your ego desires. This individual might be someone from your past who has undergone a radical transformation, or perhaps a stranger from a background you never imagined yourself exploring. The shock stems from the fact that Allah prioritizes the alignment of the spirit over the superficial preferences of the mind. When the veil is lifted, you will realize that their presence fulfills needs you didn't even know you had. This revelation is designed to humble the heart and prove that human planning is nothing compared to divine decree. By choosing someone unexpected, Allah ensures that the connection is built on a foundation of spiritual recognition rather than worldly attraction alone. You will find that this person challenges your prejudices and expands your capacity to love unconditionally. The surprise is a test of your faith, asking if you are willing to trust the Creator's vision over your own limited sight. Once you embrace this person, the shock turns into a profound sense of gratitude for a wisdom far greater than your own. Recognizing a spiritually ordained connection requires you to look past the butterflies and temporary excitement of a typical romance. A true union sanctioned by Allah carries a sense of sakina, or deep, tranquil peace that settles into your bones even during the first encounter. You will notice that the conversation flows with an effortless depth, touching on truths and vulnerabilities that you usually keep guarded. There is a strange familiarity, a feeling that your souls have conversed long before your bodies ever met. This isn't just a coincidence. It is the resonance of two spirits that were written to be together in the preserved tablet. The signs manifest as a series of doors opening without force and a path that clears itself of obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. In this connection, there is no need for manipulation, games, or the constant anxiety of what if, because the divine hand is the one sustaining the bond. You will find that being with this person brings you closer to Allah rather than distracting you from Him. They act as a catalyst for your prayers and your spiritual discipline. It is a relationship characterized by mutual growth and a shared vision for the hereafter. When you see someone who mirrors your light and encourages your righteousness, you are looking at a sign of a contract that was signed in the heavens. This union is far more than a simple romantic pursuit. It is a strategic alliance designed by Allah to fulfill a specific earthly mission. As a chosen one, your life is not meant to be lived in a vacuum of self-interest, and therefore your partner is selected to be your co-laborer in a greater cause. Together, you form a spiritual powerhouse where your combined talents, resources, and prayers achieve what neither of you could accomplish alone. The love you share serves as the fuel for your service to humanity, creating a legacy that extends far beyond the walls of your home. You are being brought together to anchor light in a world that often feels dark, serving as a living testament to the power of faith-driven partnership. Every challenge you face together and every victory you celebrate is anchored in this higher calling. Your relationship is a vehicle for spiritual advancement, where the dynamics of your bond are engineered to refine your character and polish your soul. Allah has woven your destinies together so that your mutual support becomes a catalyst for communal change. Whether it is through raising conscious children, building a community, or excelling in a shared professional field, your union is a divine assignment. When you look at this person, you aren't just seeing a companion. You are seeing a partner in your sacred duty to leave the world better than you found it. This person does not enter your life to cater to your old wounds, but to serve as a mirror that reflects your highest potential and your current growth. In previous relationships, you might have sought someone to fill a void or heal a past trauma, but this divinely ordained partner reflects the version of yourself that has already been redeemed and elevated. They do not trigger your insecurities. Instead, they illuminate the progress you have made during your time of solitude. By looking into this mirror, you see a clear image of your own strength, your resilience, and the spiritual beauty that Allah has cultivated within you. This connection marks the end of the cycle of repetitive, painful patterns. Because they reflect your growth, the interaction between you is based on truth, rather than projection. You will find that this person calls you to a higher standard of integrity because they are operating at that same level of frequency. They don't remind you of your failures, they remind you of your purpose. This mirroring effect creates a feedback loop of constant evolution, where both of you are encouraged to shed the last remaining fragments of your old selves. It is a relationship built on the present and the future, completely detached from the shadows of who you used to be. In this reflection, you finally see the chosen one that Allah has always seen. The painful exits and sudden departures of people you once cared for were not coincidences, but acts of divine intervention. Allah saw conversations you didn't hear and motives you couldn't perceive, stepping in to remove those who were incompatible with your ultimate destination. This spiritual pruning was necessary to protect your energy from being drained by connections that were never meant to sustain your growth. By clearing the clutter of wrong relationships, the Creator ensured that your heart would be unoccupied and healed when the right one finally arrived. You are being shielded from long-term heartbreak by short-term disappointment, a trade-off designed for your highest good. Every closed door was a redirection toward a path where you wouldn't have to shrink yourself to fit in. These removals were often forced because your heart was too kind to let go of what was no longer serving you. As a chosen one, your path is narrow, and Allah ensures that only those with the proper clearance can walk it with you. This protection has preserved your purity and your purpose, keeping you from becoming entangled in destinies that were beneath your calling. Now that the space is clear, the arrival of your ordained partner will feel seamless, proving that the vacuum created by your losses was always intended to be filled by something far more magnificent. The intuition bestowed upon you as a chosen one is a sophisticated guidance system that operates beyond the five senses. You have likely felt a strange, quiet knowing deep within your chest, a nudge that someone significant is approaching, even when there is no physical evidence. This inner voice isn't loud or anxious. It is a calm, persistent frequency that tells you to keep your heart open and your focus sharp. It is the whisper of the soul, recognizing a script that has already been written in the heavens. Trusting this intuition is your primary task, as it allows you to filter out the noise of the world and focus on the subtle signals the divine is sending. This quiet knowing often manifests as a lack of interest in the dating games that others play, as your spirit is already tuned to a specific channel. You find yourself disinterested in temporary thrills because your internal compass is locked onto a singular, profound destination. When you encounter the person Allah has chosen, your intuition won't just say, maybe, it will scream, finally. This certainty comes from a place of spiritual alignment where your heart and mind are in total agreement with divine will. You are being taught to rely on this inner light, for it is the most reliable tool you possess in navigating the complexities of human connection. A union of such high spiritual caliber rarely manifests without a series of tests designed to verify the strength of your commitment and the purity of your intentions. These trials are not meant to break the connection, but to forge it into something unbreakable, ensuring that both souls can withstand the pressures of their shared mission. You may face external opposition, timing delays, or internal fears that rise to the surface to be healed once and for all. Allah allows these obstacles to arise so that you can consciously choose the light over the shadow, proving that your bond is anchored in faith rather than mere convenience. The intensity of the test is always proportional to the greatness of the blessing that awaits on the other side. As you navigate these challenges, you are being taught the art of spiritual endurance and the necessity of leaning on the Creator rather than just each other. This stage of the journey is about stripping away the last remnants of ego, forcing you to communicate with transparency and lead with empathy. When you overcome these trials, your union becomes a fortress, a sanctuary that can no longer be shaken by the whims of the world. By surviving the fire together, you demonstrate that you are worthy of the divine trust placed in you. These struggles are the final preparation, the ultimate refinement that transforms a simple attraction into a legendary, divinely protected alliance. The final confirmation often arrives when you have reached a state of total surrender, where you no longer feel the need to chase or force the hand of destiny. It is in this moment of profound inner peace that Allah provides a sign so clear and undeniable that even your logical mind cannot ignore it. This sign may come through a dream, a repetitive set of circumstances, or a direct confirmation from the person themselves that mirrors your own internal experience. You will feel a sudden click in the universe, a sense of relief that tells you the search is over and the actual work of building a life together is beginning. This is the moment the name is finally revealed to your heart with absolute certainty. This message is for those who have walked the lonely path, who have kept their faith despite the silence, and who have prepared their hearts for a love that honors the divine. Your blessing is no longer a distant possibility. It is a current reality that is moving toward you with perfect speed. Allah has seen your patience, your tears, and your unwavering devotion to your path as a chosen one. Receive this confirmation with an open heart and a humble spirit, knowing that you are being rewarded for your integrity. The person whose name is about to be etched into your daily life is the answer to the prayers you were too afraid to whisper, and your story of union will serve as a beacon of hope for all those still waiting for their own divine appointment. As you move forward from this moment, remember that your heart is a sacred vessel, and the divine union awaiting you is a reflection of the patience you have shown during your solitary walk. Everything you have experienced has been a preparation for a connection that honors your soul's purpose and your commitment to the light. Before you leave, ask yourself, is your heart truly open to a person who reflects your growth rather than your past? To help this message reach and support other chosen souls on their journey, please type the word destiny in the comments below. For those seeking to journey even deeper, our membership offers early access to these revelations and more profound insights into your path. May your transition into this new chapter be filled with peace, clarity, and the unwavering presence of the divine.